I didn't know what it was or how to actually utilize it. Risk management is something that's going to be able to differentiate traders to gamblers, right? Apart from your strategy, what's within your strategy, what's within your trading plan is your risk plan, your risk management, and later on in this video and use that effectively. But let's go through the theory stuff, and I just wanted to share my risk strategy, which is basically I only risk 1% per trade. So what that means, if I'm risking 1% of my account balance per trade, is that I would have to lose 100 times in order to completely blow my account. A common question that I always get is, what lot size do I use? Because the thing with lot size is it's gonna depend on your account balance, the pair, and your stop loss. Those three things change, but your risk management should never change. So you can either risk 1%, 2%, 3%, maybe 5%, whatever your strategy may be, or your risk appetite, that's up to you. But that should always be fixed. That should never ever change. So yeah, your account balance is going to change depending, you could be trading with $500, $10,000, I don't know, $1 million. Of course, your pair's going to change, and then your stop loss will change. You could have a fixed stop loss. I don't know what your strategy may be, but for me, it will change depending. It might be 12 pips, 15 pips, 8 pips, etc., etc. But what will never ever change is your risk management, and that is so important. So hopefully you and your strategy. Now, I wanted to also stress the importance of why you should always keep it, that set number. If you commit to 1%, don't start changing 2%, 3% because you feel like it, or because you feel like this trade's going to be a winner. You want to double your percentages by risking 2% instead of 1%. If you're going to commit to 1%, then commit to 1%. If you're going to commit to 3%, commit to 3%. Because what's going to happen, and this is something that I personally haven't experienced, but I've heard stories of it, is that you're risking 1% and then you're playing with the numbers. You start risking 3% because you feel like this trade's going to be a winner, and then you suddenly lose that 3%. So then you go back to risking 1%, and then that trade banked, I don't know, how you start getting emotional. And that's not a trait of a consistently profitable trader who's confident in their trading and in their plan. If they're completely going back and forth, and then they start getting, pissed off if they could have, would have, should have made X amount of percentage because they could have risked more. You got to stick to one risk. But again, that was the biggest mistake that I made in the start of my pips. So let's have a look at, probabilities in terms of, 10 trades and you're risking 1%. Let's say 8 of those trades lose. So you're down 8%. But then let's say 2 of those trades banks you 4%. So net profit, you're at break even. Let's say you start messing with the numbers and you just start to, pick and choose depending on the pair or the kind of setup, then that's gonna mess things up. You won't be down 8%, you could be down 15%, 20%. Let's say I lose again, and then that'll be 1% of the 99 rather than 1% of the 100,000. So it's all compounding. So as you're growing your account, your lot sizes will gradually increase as well. So that's another thing that I just wanted to point out, is that I recalculate the lot sizes with the same risk per new trade, if that makes sense. All of this options available. This is the risk to reward. So let's say you have, I don't know, $500 risking 1%. Let's just bring this back. Let's just say we were taking a long and we're targeting highs up here, for example. So you'll notice that your risk to reward decreases as your stop increases, and your risk to reward increases as your stop decreases. $500,000, the same risk to reward. You'll see your quantity size here as well, but I can show you a much clearer way to also look into it, because I don't like to use it off of TradingView. I like to use my FX book. Change your account balance, what your risk is, and obviously if you're doubling your risk, you see your quantity size pretty much doubles as well. Your risk to reward, you just have to again manually double that. Now if you literally just type in my FX book position size calculator, you can come up to this page, and you can also input your own details here. So for example, 100,000 risking 1%, let's say 20 pips stop loss for euro dollar. You'll see that we're going to use 5 lots. And if you lose, you'll basically lose $1,000, which is 1%. But if we were to do 25 pips, you'll see that the lot size changes, but you still risk the same amount. This goes to show that your lot size will always change as you change your stop loss, assuming that you have a fixed risk. Now, again, this also changes with pair. So with a $100,000 account risking 1% with a 25 pip stop loss, it's 4 lots with euro dollar, but let's try euro yen. It's 4.17 lots. And this just goes to show how you cannot be asking what is the best lot size to use. It really does depend on your account size, your risk, stop loss, and the pair. If you're on your phone, you can use an app called Stinu. Pretty much the same principles. You know, you can choose your risk, your account balance, your stop loss, and then your currency pair.